I am here in Colford and I'm about to introduce you to a phenomenal woman. Her name is Lisa Cherry and I'm here to celebrate her incredible journey. Sadly, she lost her mother in a horrific car accident and she has suffered from anxiety, OCD and a lot of mental health issues since. She's come full circle. I'm so unbelievably proud of her and I can't wait for you all to meet her, and I'm actually going to surprise her class now. They're not expecting me, so I think this is going to be a little bit of fun. Let's go! Lisa Cherry, I have known you for quite some time now, and every time I meet you, I just find you unbelievably warming and lovely, and I was just extremely inspired to want to come today and chat to you about your amazing self. How much do you love teaching FitSteps?
Oh, I think you're really warm and lovely, so ditto.
Thank you.
I love teaching FitSteps. It's changed my life, actually, Natalie. I've got a lot to be, I owe it a lot. Really owe it a lot. And my FitSteppers. A few years ago, I got so ill with anxiety. About 18 years ago, my mum was killed in a car crash, and well, it turned my world upside down. And I kept going, as you do, because my dad was in an intensive care unit because he'd been harmed as well. So somebody had to keep going, and you do. And then I used to work in a gym, and then a few years later, once my dad had recovered, I got really poorly.
And that's because you did keep a barrier up to pretend that everything
was okay.
And then how many years later did you realise?
I think, if I'm honest, I started having symptoms about 3 years later, but they'd go. Right. So I think it was just a day, a bad day. Oh, you know, next day was fine. And then about 6 or 7 years later, I stopped doing everything. It got so bad. I couldn't go out of my house. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. So.
And that was the fear of what? Like, why were you so scared to leave?
Yeah, I got this fear of dying. Everything, suddenly I was next. Right. Because my gran had died, but naturally, and then my mum had been killed, then for me, I was the next in line.
Were you finding that you were having like panic attacks, or was that part of anxiety for you, or was?
Yeah, this sounds absolutely mad, but it would be night time, and sorry for the details, I would be sick down the toilet. I would not stop convulsing in my body. It would last all night, every night. I couldn't concentrate. Even I'd say to myself, come along, you know, get it together, you'll be okay. I was an absolute mess. I mean, my husband, Nick, he was amazing. Generally, well, I don't know how he did it. Every night be the same pattern, and I was so poorly at night, and then during the day, I couldn't get out of my pyjamas, I couldn't leave the house, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't go to work, I couldn't drive my car, I couldn't go out from my back door because I thought the anxiety was so bad.
It was, for Lisa, it was terrible losing her mother, and it was tough. You know, don't get me wrong, it'd be tough for anybody doing that. But I just knew that I had to help her. I had to help her. I had to care for her, and I had to support her in whatever way she needed me to.
You just mentioned that you were a fitness instructor and you loved your job.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Being a PT.
Yeah,
and
I loved teaching, particularly dance, fitness, exercise. And I'd been a ballet and tap teacher and a dancer, and all of a sudden, I thought if I took a walk of 5 steps, I was going to keel over and die.
the most phenomenal thing is that you were housebound for 18 months and it took one thing for your husband to inspire you, to spur you on to do something. Tell me a little about what that was.
Well, my husband inspired me to do FitSteps. I'd never done ballroom or Latin dancing, and I hadn't, been on a course for a while. And I won't lie, I was like a rabbit in headlights and absolutely scared to death when I arrived in Bristol.
Yeah.
But within 5 minutes, I was hooked.
Amazing.
Because FitSteps for me, you don't worry for that hour. You're just in the moment.
Yeah.
You're just dancing. And it took all the fear just disappeared. I don't mean as in, it was that easy, it just left me.
Yeah.
But it gave me something that I thought, I can have peace of mind, I can do this.
You and I both want to help the world, help people.
Yes.
And what was your main reason to want to talk to me today?
Well, I want to talk to you because you created FitSteps, and without it, I would never have trained to be an instructor. I wouldn't have the life I have now. And I don't mean financial, I'm on about emotional life. I want to talk about it because if people don't, others can't be helped. I want to talk about it so that others can either go and get help, or they can think, that girl survived it, I can survive it. Exactly. There's a light at the end of the tunnel for me. Come dancing. It's done wonders for me. It really has.
Like even now, I remember you saying to me that you will have a really bad day.
Yep.
And you will tell all of your FitSteppers that I'm having a really bad day and just bear with me. And I think that's the most powerful thing to do, is to speak up about your anxiety because you're managing it. It's something that you're living with,
yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I think it has to be spoken about, because if I don't do it, no one else will, I think. Yeah. And I think it's helped because my FitSteppers, they've also done without them. They've done a lot for me. No one else they feel comfortable coming and saying, do you know what, Lisa, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
I've come to dance my worries away today. I've come because I've had a terrible day. And you think, good,
great.
Because that's what it's all about. Because it doesn't matter if it's perfect or it's right or it's wrong steps, or it matters that they came, they got social, they got empathy.
Safe haven.
Yeah, yeah.
It's music to the soul,
yes.
And food for the soul.
Yeah, because it's hard to talk about mental illness because everyone still really, I think, sadly, you get labelled or you get judged. Someone's got to say, it took me years to be able to do it, but someone's got to say, I'm not feeling great today, but I'm still going to go to work, I'm still going to do my job, and I'll get rewards from it because I get social conversation, lovely people,
Yeah.
music, dancing.
And it is about the people.
Yeah.
You feed
It's
off
fully-
them and
yes.
they feed off you.
I wouldn't
and
have
that's
it.
the most powerful thing.
You know, I wouldn't have FitSteps without the people. They've made it what it is.
And how many people are you teaching now a week?
Across my classes a week, I see probably 300 people a week. But that's all down to FitSteps.
And
People
you.
fall in love with it. You know, it's down, you have done so much for me. FitSteps saved me. I love it, and it has saved me. I will always battle it. I'm never going back there. Never. And if I feel, then I'm going to go and ask someone to help me, you know. I won't leave it. I'm not going to give up my life again like I did. Give in. So FitSteps makes me feel like me again. It literally did get me back.
And that's the biggest gift.
Yeah, you can't, that is the biggest gift you can ever give. It's given me my life back.
You're amazing.
No.
Honestly, you're just the most beautiful human being that I've ever met.
I wish.
Thank you.
I will hold hands, Natalie. You'll
Warm
be
heart.
freezing.
Hold hands, warm heart.